I want to ask you two questions tonight. One, is freedom of speech important? And an exchange of ideas, no matter how violent or awful or whatever it is, should we be allowed to exchange ideas? Yes or no? Two, what is the American experiment? Answer that question and hold on to your answer for a few more minutes. If I asked you, we're talking about the progressive view of America, where it is nothing but cows and ranchers. Is that the way it is? Is this America? Now, if I asked you, your kids are in school and you can't understand why the professors are talking to them the way they do, they're not challenging them at all. There's a new study out that says kids are not being challenged to think in colleges. Top 25 schools were studied. All right. Why is that happening? Well, if you think like a rancher and you believe the rest of the world, you're the elite and the rest of the people are just cows. If I asked a cowboy or a rancher, is a cow going to find a better way to cross that river? Is a cow, and remember, I'm talking cows, not people, is a cow going to come up with a better route to get where we're going? Is a cow going to come up with a better way to eat or better grain or a better way to save the whole herd? Does the cow know anything better than the rancher? The rancher and the cowboys would say, of course not. Are you going to start listening to the cattle? No. Remember, progressives see themselves as ranchers, enlightened, to save the herd. Any rancher, any cowboy, can you imagine two cowboys out, and they got the herd, they're driving the cattle, and they're on a cattle drive. One of the cowboys says, "What the hell, where's that cow going over there?" The other cowboy says, "Well, I don't know. And the other cowboy says, go back and get that cow and bring him back. Now, wait a minute. I don't know. Maybe that cow has a better idea where we should go." What do you think the other cowboys are going to say? And if that one cowboy continues and says, "Well, you guys, I don't know," and he goes over and he's encouraging the cows, go, you're free. If you have a better idea, go. What do you think the ranchers and the cowboys are going to say about that other cowboy? Get away from the cows. They would have to, right? Well, that is the scenario at Columbia University and everywhere else. It happens at Yale and Harvard. When your son or daughter comes in from your stupid, insipid little town, "Oh, mommy and daddy said what?" And they come here. I mean, this is where the whole world revolves around, right here, and not Manhattan. No, there are stupid people in Manhattan too. We're talking Columbia University or any of the fine institutions here. We have an exact quote given to me on a tour of Columbia University. "Mr. Beck, we just want you to know we have all kinds of opinions here. We have diverse opinions on this campus. We have speakers from everyone from Ahmadinejad all the way to Bill and Hillary Clinton." End quote. Oh, well, that is the entire spectrum now, isn't it? The world revolves around them and their opinions. So when your kid comes in from your stupid little town where mommy and daddy told them all this freedom junk, what do you think they're going to say? You're smart enough to be a rancher. You want to be a rancher or a cow. Woodrow Wilson said the idea of a university is to make a man the most unlike his father as possible. That's the mantra. When Wilson was at Princeton, that was accepted. You make a man as much unlike his father as possible. Well, who thinks that's a good idea? Anybody? I don't. Especially when it comes to values and principles. When they start with your children, that's the zone they're in. And nobody has to teach them that, mom and dad are stupid. I mean, they got that down when they start to be, 9? But now when they go to the universities, they send the barking dogs into the classroom, the teachers, the professors. Oh, they're all protected. Their speech is protected. They can say anything, but your child's speech is not protected. They can't say anything. The reason why your professor is protected so they can have the free exchange of ideas and challenge ideas. Well, that might be unpopular. Might be unpopular for the little new rancher who doesn't understand the herd. Look, I know you're smart. I saw your test scores. You wouldn't be here if you weren't smart. Now, smarten up. You came from cows, okay? You want to live like that podunk cow town you were in? Go back to the cows. We're trying to save the world. We're saving the planet here. We're collectively offering salvation for the entire planet. You want to be part of it? You want to be a rancher? Then great. If not, get the hell out. That is the answer. That is the way. That is why you heard Ed Rendell, as we showed you last night. People are stupid. You don't get it, as he gritted his teeth. But there's town folks in that little cow town. The only reason why Marshal Dillon was there was because he was the federal government. The marshal worked for the people. What progressives have done is to say that people are cows and then there are ranchers, the elite. And I guess Marshal Dillon, in their scenario, would be in league with them. He continued to build fences around them, to corral them, to control them. Well, let me ask you, in a republic, who's working for the cows? We, the people. If the elites and the marshal are building all the fences around, they don't answer to the cows. Who? Who answers to the cows? No one. They have flipped the entire system upside down. And how many Americans believe it now? Because they've been dumbed down. These two ideas cannot coexist. They cannot. When you say, well, it's always been this way. No, it has not. We are now at the breaking or the tipping point where these two ideas can no longer coexist. This is why you do not shut people up. You must decide. This is why I've been saying to you, you have to know what's true. You have to know what's historically true. You have to have a debate internally. You have to have the debate we haven't had in the public for over 100 years. And now we're about to have it with great economic peril right around the corner. That's their hope. That you will like your stuff more than your freedom. And that economic instability in many ways is disconnected from this debate. We have people now who have no moral underpinnings. You must fix yourself first. You may not even think you have to fix anything. Remember I said to you last week, question the things you've never even thought of questioning before. You just accepted them because somebody told you, don't. Take everything out and start all over again. And start a debate in here, and don't let anyone put you in a fence or tell you not to use this language or this language, and don't question that. Who are you to tell me that? Question everything. Otherwise you're going to be too weak to have anything left. Back in a minute.